So we'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Hunters Hub, the video game podcast born of the Monster Hunter community, which I don't say often enough, but we did it today. This is Fortuan, joined by co-host Sasha. Welcome back tonight.
Thanks. How have you been? It's been a while.
Been okay. A little stressed today, but other than that, pretty good. I'll get into it a little bit after the intros, but I might be dropping my card game for another card game, so we'll see. And Morrig, welcome back. 2 weeks in a row after not having you for like 2 months. So glad to have you back.
Only been a month. I mean,
A month and a half, maybe.
hardly. Oh wait, really? Has it been a month and a half? Wow.
Yeah, I think you missed like 5 episodes, something like that.
Oh my god.
Like right after you returned too. So I was like, darn it, Morg.
Hey, nobody could have planned for the fact that I was moving.
That's true.
That soon.
And stupid internet
And no
problems and all sorts
Yeah.
of things. We would normally have Ace, but we'll start off with this. Ace had a baby, so it's amazing.
Yay.
There have been some pictures on the Discord. Ace is quite enjoying his time, so he's not going to be here this week because he's spending time with his family, which is always a thing within the first, I would say, the first couple weeks with a kid. It's pretty different because this is his first baby. Like he knew his stepson when he was older, I think. So
Oh wow.
this is going to be
Yes.
an eye opener.
He's learning
Oh
how
my
precious that sleep is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, because Butterball screams.
Mm-hmm. Look, I loved my daughters, but there's definitely an instinct there that are like, I don't normally like babies, and I'm happy that there is a built-in instinct for a father to care about their children. Because, boy, babies are work.
Yes, they are.
Work, loud, screaming. It's just like I said earlier, it's a circus. It's just
I
prepare
should
to
tell
never
that to
sleep.
the future Mrs.-in-law who wants like at least 1 or 2 kids. I'm gonna be like, yeah. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
yeah, your brother Darren? She'll be like, yeah, and I'm gonna be like, well, picture the babies being much worse than that, except they have no scope of, sleep,
Mm-hmm.
like proper sleep hours. So yeah, in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna have to deal with a mini Darren. She's probably gonna be like, oh no. I'm gonna be like, oh yes,
Yeah.
oh yes.
I mean, it can be pretty tough at times. And we were, so my ex-wife and I were supposed to have this deal where we took turns based on our work schedules on who was getting up with the kids. So during the week, she would get up in the middle of the night, and during the weekends, I would, because she worked weekends and yada yada. That never happened. It was always me. So I was like dead tired going into work some days because up at 3 a.m., give her a bottle till 4 sometimes, and then try not to fall asleep while giving her a bottle because I don't want to drop her, and then go back to bed. And sometimes she'd get me up like just before I have to get up for work. So it was not a fun experience for me at times, but babies are also awesome. I do have a pretty good picture of Cece doing the Dos Equis pose where she's like this. And like as a baby, so I made this little meme out of her picture. I was like, I don't always drink milk, but when I do, it's tres leches, because the cake.
I made Jurassic Park memes of mine because she's like laying like Ian Malcolm, and
Oh yeah,
I also made memes of her. I wrapped her up in like a black bath towel after bath time, and we made I am the Senate and
oh okay,
memes. Yeah.
yeah. That's
fun.
a very big positive of having a kid. You get to make memes about them, and it's really funny.
Yes.
Speaking of which, not Ace is not the only one who had a kid. Our previous co-host Pan also had her twins, I believe the same day, if not the day after. So
Wow.
there's been 3 babies in the community that we've been seeing from, and it's fun to see Pan and Ace have this lot of back and forth between their baby experience so far, and yeah, it's been a fun week for them. For me, it was a lot of work and then a lot of kid stuff today, which I thankfully got this week. So yeah. I didn't ask you before, but you were supposed to be at a wedding. Did you guys end up not going to that wedding?
So he didn't go to the wedding.
Okay.
I went to the wedding. I took a friend instead, brought one of my work friends who used to work with all of us
Mm,
at the old place as well. So it was kind of like a UPAC reunion, all the people that worked together.
okay.
And then they let us tour it was at the Henry Ford Museum in Michigan. And they let us tour the museum for free. So that was fun. A couple of drinks in my system, walking around the museum. It was fun. I'm a nerd, and that was great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Um. So I talked a little bit about the card game stuff. Obviously, I've talked a little bit about it. Getting into the newer card game, Flesh and Blood. The community outright has died where I'm at.
Oh no.
So
Bummer.
we may have some players coming in next week. We're hoping, but other than that, I haven't been playing. So my friend got me into Pokemon. So I've been playing Pokemon cards again, which I haven't done since I was 10.
So, what are the similarities and what are the differences from when we were kids?
Well, the similarities is obviously they're still Pokemon. I'm still playing with the same Pokemon. They keep the Gen 1 Pokemon the strongest still. Like the deck.
Really?
So Charizard is always a thing. Charizard decks are here to stay forever. However many different Charizards there are, there's reprints of the old Charizard. Like, of course the new Pokemon come in too. So I'm not done building my deck yet that I'm going to be playing with my friend, but it's an Aerodactyl deck. Like,
Ooh.
so
Okay.
That sounds fun.
So Aerodactyl is still a thing. Like, it's still a Gen 1 Pokemon. Now I'm using some later gen Pokemon like Chromorant. You guys aware of that one?
Cramorant, yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
The bird.
oh, what is it? It's kind of like a pelican almost, and it's got like a Pikachu in its mouth.
Yeah, it's like a weird. It's just a weird bird. It's a fun strategy that I saw just looking. So like this new set is called Lost Origins. It's based on Sword and Shield, but it still has Gen 1 stuff. Of course, all the Pokemon games have Gen 1 stuff. So the deck is based off Aerodactyl and Chromorant and Comfey, the fairy type. So they have
Okay.
Oh
So-
yeah, comfy, yeah.
so also they're all different types, but I'm only going to have one type of energy, which is fighting energy. Fighting slash rock is so Comfy Psychic. I don't care about using Comfy's attack because Comfy's attack is like 10 damage. It won't ever do anything. All it does is Comfy says, "Hey, take this card and then put it in this new zone called the Lost Zone," which just means it's just like you discard the card and you don't get to use it. And then Aerodactyl also has this thing where he puts every time he attacks, he puts 3 cards in the Lost Zone. So I keep trying to put cards in the Lost Zone. And Chromorant says, "I have 120 attack that costs 3 water energies and a oh my gosh, I'm getting so much notifications right now. I don't care, computer. Anyways, like 3 water energies and a normal energy or something like that for like 120 damage. It isn't affected by weakness. It's a really cool attack, but I'm not running water energies because it says if you have 4 cards in the Lost Zone, it doesn't cost anything. So I'm just building up a bunch of cards in the Lost Zone and letting Chromorant just spit on people because that's what his attack is.
Oh
It's
my
like it's
God.
like
Wow.
it's like just innocent spit or something like that. Like it's just like this bird is just spitting on people to win the game.
The ultimate disrespect deck.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Apparently, and I just saw this myself looking at the cards. Apparently, it's a meta deck. Like people have been running it like in tournaments and stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes me feel nervous because now I'm going to build it wrong and it's going to do terrible. And but I'm not trying to play in tournaments. I'm mostly playing with my buddy Jared at the shop while we hang out on Wednesdays like I normally do. So I don't know. I bought a box of the cards, and I will say there's something about Pokemon that they do better than any other card game, and that is they give you some awesome full art stuff. Like they can make just like the dumbest Pokemon look super awesome. Like there's one for Parasect that's like got a bunch of Parasects in this grainy field, and like it's this like beautiful. I don't have it with me because I turned in the card to flip it for money, but
Oh.
it's a fun looking card. It's this beautiful full art. It's crap. No one wants to play it, but like it just look cool to look at. Whereas like other card games, they're like, hey, look, it's the same art but foil. Like, oh, and because it's foil, it's going to bend and be worth less because the foiling process makes cards bend. Here's looking at you, Magic the Gathering. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is that.
So I'm kind of thinking of dropping Flesh and Blood because Flesh and Blood is just kind of dead where I'm at. And I did invest a lot in it, but I'm just like, meh. I'll play Pokemon. Whatever. And I'll play a Gyarados deck or something because that's awesome. And who doesn't like Pokemon, right? So yeah, it's just
I think I've got like two decks. One of them is a Suicune Blastoise deck, and then the other one is a Dragonite deck, but I don't really use them, and I don't think that I've optimized them for like really, really decent play, so
I am going to try to optimize this Aerodactyl deck, but that's because my friend is optimizing his decks. He let me play some of his. I've been playing his the past couple weeks, and he has this Kingdra deck, or is it Kingdra? Yeah, it's like Horsea, Seadra, and then Kingdra. He has a Kingdra deck where he specifically skips the Seadra phase. Like he has this special thing that skips Seadra and he just becomes Kingdra. And it's this crazy.
It goes from Horsea to Kingdra. How does he do that?
He's got these special cards that do it, like this special item. And he's got two types of Kingdras. Like he's got two separate types and they actually work together. One of them is every turn you get to say to either yourself or someone else, hey, discard your whole hand and draw 4 cards. So like,
oh wow,
if someone has like set up a turn and searched out a bunch of stuff and they don't use it all, and he gets to his turn and he's like, discard your hand, and you're like, darn it, discard it and draw 4. But it could help you if you're looking for something special. So I don't know. It's been interesting to sort of get back into the game. It's a lot more complex. Another difference is it's a lot more complex than it used to be. Because it used to be like
Sounds like it.
attach energy, hit with attack until dead, go. Now there's all these special abilities, and there's like they put in some of the Pokemon mechanics like Gigantamax. Like there are Gigantamax cards from Sword and Shield. There are like there's like the Aerodactyls that I'm running are like Aerodactyl V and Aerodactyl V Star. So they have like super special abilities. They're not like normal Aerodactyls. They're like stronger. So, yeah, it's been interesting. But I did get a full art Pikachu card too that I also flipped. That was my most expensive card. It was worth I think $40. So
not bad.
It's about half of the box. So like it paid about half of itself. Just in that one card. But that's the only one that was worth anything. So so yeah. So that's that's that little thing on that. But what we're really here to talk about today is costumes and Halloween and all of that stuff, because Sasha's a big Halloween fan. I'm so on it. I'm not against it. It was fun when I was a kid, but I'm not like over the moon about it. Of course, you're also the big horror fan too, so that makes sense.
Yes.
And Morg, what is your feelings on Halloween? Is it your time
I
to
love
shine?
it. It's one of my favorite holidays.
I mean, I like it.
Mostly because I like getting jump scared and stuff like that. So like, what is it like? In Calgary, like sometimes we'll go there and they'll have this this event called Scream Fest where they literally just have a mess of like these big built the haunted house like things, you know, they're loaded with like jump scares and people dressed in costumes and stuff like that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are really fun, especially when I'm going through and I'm getting startled and then like I'm just like laughing, like just absolutely hilariously. Just, oh man, what a great time it is. Like what an adrenaline rush. And then sometimes they'll have like a little monster truck rally thing going on, whatever, where they'll actually have you in the monster truck with the driver and then doing like crazy stunts and stuff like that. Oh, I miss that. That's a lot of fun.
I think I need to.
But no, yeah. The haunted house stuff is like it's kind of a big thing over in Calgary, especially in Heritage Park when they have. Well, Heritage Park is kind of like it's a how would I describe it? It's like a designated area where they've taken like a whole bunch of old heritage buildings from like when Calgary was like first starting as like a settlement and stuff like that, like it started off as a township or a fort. Ooh, excuse me. And yeah, like they just took all these buildings that they didn't want to demolish and then they just moved them all into this little space, and then it's not quite a theme park. But yeah, it's kind of like it's a landmark where they have a whole bunch of like historical buildings and stuff like that. And so they'll do Heritage Park after dark, and then yeah, they'll just do a whole bunch of really cool activities and like festival themed stuff, pretty much year round. But yeah, around Halloween, it's probably the best time to be doing it, aside from the 12 Days of Christmas thing that they do going on. But yeah, Halloween is my favorite time. It's also like the day after my birthday, so I mean, like,
so you're
what
close.
What is there to hate on that?
You're close to the girls because my daughters are October 27th and 28th, so their birthdays are coming up this week while they're gone. Which we also celebrated their birthday today too, so that was part of the carnival.
You have been busy today.
Yeah.
First day you get cake and presents, and then the second day you get candy and you get to play dress up. Like, I can't hate on that. Like, it's just a perfect time of the year for me.
Yeah. That reminds me, I got to send their costumes, which is actually what you see in the background there. Their costume sitting there that I got them. So I'm going to send them back with their mom. I think that's Cece's Elsa costume. I think. It's hard to see.
My child just has an Elsa costume that's in regular rotation with her clothing.
Yeah.
She just wears it.
Emery
doesn't even care what time of the year it is.
Also a Spider-Man costume in rotation, so
Elsa and Spider-Man. That's a great match. I like it. Let's ship Elsa and Spider-Man. I like the idea. Morg's face like, ooh, no.
You left him speechless.
Yucky Frozen. Ugh.
Oh, I like Frozen. Frozen's fun.
Frozen's all right. I don't love it, though, if I'm totally honest.
For me, it's better than Encanto.
Frozen reminds me of my ex, so I'm like, no,
okay.
I'm not touching that shit.
I can see that. To me, it's better than Encanto. I still don't understand the thing behind Encanto.
No way, man. Encanto slaps. I love Encanto. I'm pretty sure when my Spotify wrap-up comes around this year that at least 3 are going to be in my top 100. And 1 will be in my top 10 for sure. And not because I listen to it in my free time that much.
Right.
But my kid does like it too.
So Okay, I like the one. I think I've said this before. I like the one where the what do they call it? The under pressure or whatever the
Surface pressure.
surface pressure. I like that one.
That'll be in my top 10 for sure.
But the we don't talk about Burnout. That just over my head. Like I don't that one. I had no effect on me on that one. I am more like as far as songs go. I'm more connected to Moana than that.
My child loves Moana, but the best song in Moana is Shiny.
I really like You're Welcome. Like I really like that one.
Yeah, my Spotify thinks I really like that one too, but that is all Ripley.
But Shiny is really good too. What's the guy's name? He's from
Jermaine Clement.
Yeah, Jermaine. He does a very good job with that one.
Yes.
He does. So okay, so weigh in here, Morg. What's your Disney songs?
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie though. My favorite is still Little Mermaid. As far as the songs.
Oh
go.
my! I don't know. There's a lot of really good ones. Like even from like the Renaissance era, like in the '90s. Oh boy, yeah. There's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about like what's the best, that's hard.
Yeah, if we were talking about I don't know, like
I like
Aladdin's Never Had a Friend Like Me. That one's a good one.
Never Had a Friend
Circle
Like
of
Me.
Life is a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Wow.
You got
When I was a child, my Let It Go was definitely what's the one from Aladdin where they're on the magic carpet? A Whole New World.
A Whole
That
New
was
World.
my Let It Go.
That one's
And
a good
then-
one too.
And the love song in Beauty and the Beast. Those were like the ones that I used to put on my cassette on rotation, and I would just rewind and play it again, and rewind and play it again.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme.
Yes. Yes.
So here's a funny story. When my mom started working as a high school art teacher, her first year there, their high school, which was a different one from mine, put on a play of Beauty and the Beast. So we went after school hours and weekends to help, like, my mom build this set for this Beauty and the Beast play they were doing. So I had to hear that song a lot because they were rehearsing it a lot when I was there working on stuff. So I ended up finding a really high
singing that.
But I ended up finding it because it was an appreciation for that song. Because actually, the high schooler doing it was actually really good. To be fair, like I mean, at least I thought they were. So that was I actually ended up liking that song because of that production that they did. And I went and saw the play and everything. Not even my school. Total different school. I was entirely involved in the stage crew of that play. I don't know. I think if I had to choose a favorite, I think it's Kiss the Girl and the Little Mermaid because I just like how energetic.
That's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah.
I like the energy in that song. For me, like in music, if something builds a lot, like if there's a lot to build to the chorus and everything, I don't know. Something about most of my favorite songs, there's a lot of build up. So
I think a lot of the villain songs are really good. Like let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Unfortunate Souls, Hellfire,
Be Prepared. Yeah.
Those are great. Like those ones I can't get enough of. They're really great. Mostly just because the villains are actually good.
Most of the time. What about Hellfire? That's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. I heard the metal cover for it, and ooh, it slaps.
No, Hunchback of Notre Dame is a dark Disney movie.
Yeah, if you hear the metal cover for it from by Toxic Eternity with, I think it's Jonathan Young. I think it might have Jonathan Young in it. I don't know. They do a lot of collaborations, but yeah, that one is a good take on it. Oh boy. Then
Yeah.
again, he also did he also did a remake of This Is Halloween as well as a metal cover, and delicious.
I might have to listen. That's one of my kids' favorite songs. Although she's been into the Oogie Boogie song recently. I'm
Mhm.
enjoying the break from This Is Halloween.
I gotcha.
Was that a Disney movie too?
It's on Disney Plus. So
Okay, well there you go. Yep, I think This Is
don't know.
Yeah, I think that Nightmare Before Christmas is actually probably one of my favorite top 5 Disney movies.
I know it's a Tim Burton film, but that's about it. Like I don't know. Maybe it might be Universal, which is lumped in with Disney. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's as much as a lot of people that I know are obsessed with this movie. This movie has always just been like, I like it, but that's about it. I'm not in any way obsessed with it.
I'm not like tattoo it on my body obsessed, but I do really like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm upset that it's one of my child's favorite movies.
No, that's fair. I've watched Beetlejuice a couple times recently, another Tim Burton film.
I like Beetlejuice a lot.
That is a really good movie. Michael Keaton.
Michael
Couldn't
Keaton.
find a better guy for that.
He's a gosh, like that, like he's good in so many things. Oh boy. Like
He's the best Batman.
Yeah.
Changed my mind.
I don't disagree. I really don't. Well,
I mean, I like
although,
Val Kilmer.
I do, as far as like being Batman himself, I really do enjoy the Batman. What's the newest one? What's his name?
Oh, Robert.
The guy
Pattinson?
from Twilight.
Pattinson. Yeah. I actually really enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed that as well.
It goes from a twinkly Batman to a dark knight.
He's had a journey.
Yeah, he has.
Finally, he can drop the disco ball. He can move on to something that's
I think everyone
less feminine.
If you haven't watched The Lighthouse, you can't just keep talking about Twilight. Who,
me?
Robert Pattinson has grown up. No more.
Oh. I haven't seen the Lighthouse, but I've seen other movies he's done, and he does very well in them. And despite, like, I know there's a podcast that I like to listen to that really hates this movie that he's in about the Twin Towers and stuff, but I like that movie. Remember Me. There you go. So,
I've never seen that movie.
But they make a lot of jokes about it because it's just like a twist. Just a twist ending that it's, oh no, it's actually in the Two Towers and that's how he dies. It's like, okay, that's not the point of the, sure, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, but he does a pretty good job in it, in my opinion. Anyways, so we were here to talk about costumes and stuff and what we would like to do. So let's start off. There's a very small list for me personally, but like, what are your guys' like favorite costumes you've actually done or pulled off?
Oh, I got a couple.
Yeah. Well, the funniest thing I've ever done was I did an extremely convincing Guy Fieri.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes. Yes. And it was so convincing that my husband has told me that I'm not allowed to be men anymore for Halloween for a little bit. He would like me to please be a female.
Fair enough. Fair.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see how he's like, hold on, no. I'm straight. This is my wife. I am straight.
Oh no, he didn't enjoy it in the least. There was no enjoyment whatsoever. And he's like, this is supposed to be our day. Like normal people pick flattering costumes. So
that's funny.
I will share with you guys my Flavor Town.
Oh my gosh. You did take him to Flavor Town. Oh no.
Wow.
Oh no.
Glasses, another shot here.
Oh my
God, that's awful, but I love it. That's horrendous. It's oh my God, it's like as if he's in the room. Oh.
So yeah,
Oh my god.
not the best costume I've done, but probably the funniest one I've ever done.
Oh
Wow.
god, it's really, really good. Ooh.
That is something else. That is better. That is better than I have ever done. That's for sure. So so my best one that I've done was actually not for Halloween. It was for May the 4th.
Really?
Yeah, because we had a May the 4th costume contest for um it's Star Wars. So May the 4th be with you. And I went in as a Tusken Raider. Now I had this felt brown blanket that looks exactly like, some sort of brown cloak that they had. And then I found, I don't even know what it was, but it was this weird cage thing that I taped to my face that I put a mask on. It was like this weird, like, so it looked like I had like the mouth breather thing. And then I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, how do I do the face? Like, I'm like, because they've got those weird binocular things, and I had to wear glasses too. So I was like, I don't, what do I do? So I ended up getting gauze, wrapping my face except for my eyes. And then in the wrapping, I taped um, toilet paper tubes to my glasses like this. And so I had that cage thing. I had like the toilet paper eyes, and I would like the blanket and stuff wrapped around me. This is all just stuff I found around the house. Like I didn't order any costume. I just like stitched this together. So then I go in and I refuse to talk to people like at work. So I would just be at my desk as a Tusken Raider, and someone would come out and they're like, "Hey, Jam, get over here! Like, we need to do this," and I just go, like, it's all I did all day. I did not win. I did not win the costume contest. That costume contest was rigged because they had a family come in with a baby stormtrooper, and like, and it was like, I was like, that's just rigged. You can't take a baby. You can't take your baby to the company costume contest. That's not fair. It's gonna
Yeah,
win.
that's cheating, straight up. That's the pity vote right there.
I did congratulate them, but I also said they cheated. I was like, you can't bring your baby. That's cheating. So that's the best I've done.
Oh yeah, let me see. I think the best one I've done was probably it was a Minecraft creeper, but rather than going as like full block, I dressed him up in a three-piece green suit, all green, with green shoes and everything. And I was somehow able to fit a top hat, like a little green leprechaun top hat, on top of the box head for the creeper. Oh my god, it was great. Being
Wow.
able to go as a gentleman creeper was just so fun.
The gentleman
I'll have to
creeper.
find pictures of that.
We had a kid 1 year at my job whose mom made him a handmade creeper costume, and it was amazing. Like she hand painted it, and she had done it with cardboard blocks,
Yeah.
and it looked. It was one of those things where like you wish you could take pictures of your clients, but you can't.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
one of the coolest costumes I've ever seen.
Hmm. That's amazing. I am trying to find. So I have one more to talk about. Same company, but I did. This is a Halloween contest. I won an I Apple TV. I won an Apple TV for this. And all I did is I went to like the Spirit Halloween store that opened up, inevitably somewhere in town. Bought a really creepy devil mask, put on a suit, and I just said I was corporate, and went in.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sure-
awesome.
I am trying to find it though, because it's hard to describe. It's a very demonic looking mask, and I got to go pretty far back. This is like 2014 or so. No, it had to be earlier because I left that company in 2012, I think, or 2013. Oh, I found it. I found the picture of me winning. So I'm just going to put this in the pod chat for people to see. This is me with the swag that I won.
Let's see. Okay. Yes. I can see that. You should have came with a pizza
Yeah.
pizza party.
Yep. So that's when I worked at Teradata, and I was, which I can say that because they're no longer a company. They went down. Um, yeah, just this horned skull devil mask, and I just went in with a suit and just called myself corporate, and I again said nothing, like nothing during the whole day. I just didn't respond verbally to people because that's just creepier sometimes. If you're trying to be scary, just don't talk. Like that freaks out people the most sometimes.
I actually did that when I volunteered to do a haunted house for when I was in high school. I did for my honor society volunteer hours. I dressed up as a killer clown and I said nothing. I just like creeped up on people and I'd be like in a group right next to somebody until somebody noticed.
Just walking with them, and they look over and
Yep.
you're like, "Oh God!"
Yep.
Oh man. So okay, so this some of the best. Is there more you guys pulled off?
Oh, I do have more.
Okay.
I'm looking for a better picture of my makeup, but the very best costume that I did, we had a theme at work because most of the time we had to pick, obviously, child-friendly costumes.
Of course.
So the
yeah.
theme at work was villains, and most people were doing like Disney villains and things like that. So I chose the Queen of Hearts from like Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Ooh, the fun one.
Yes, and I am very good at makeup.
Okay.
So I went all out on this makeup job. I think we're almost there. I had to find it on Facebook because it would have been on my old phone.
Yeah.
But I had parents taking pictures of me in the parking lot when they saw me walking up. It took me a couple hours before work to get ready that day.
Yeah.
Here it is.
That's always the thing about like. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is just absolutely wild.
How did you use your hair to do that?
Well, that's a wig.
Still a
So
wig
then
to do
here's-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's like
With
a full
Shredder?
body and with the yeah. It's
I
with
like it.
villains. So, yep. I bought a Queen of Hearts wig and then I did have to kind of do some doctoring to get it to look like that. So I used a lot of hairspray.
Oh boy.
But yes.
That's a good one.
That is the best costume I've ever done.
I don't like being too scary because I have little kids, yada yada. Like I used to put that demon mask, I still have it somewhere. Sometimes I used to put it on and the girls hated it when they were younger. They're like, "Too scary, daddy, too scary." So like I put it on Emery and let her run around once when she was like 2, and that was hilarious because it's like a full-sized adult mask, so it just looks like this like head with legs running.
Oh my God.
But back in college, I did do a haunted house like you did with the clown thing. So our tribe owns the Zane Shawnee Caverns, and they do a haunted cavern tour. So you go through the normal cave tour where you look at all the cave pearls and go through the underground and look at all the stuff. But, Halloween, they make it haunted. So I participated one year. I only participated one weekend because that's the only week I got to be there. But I used to have this like really thick black trench coat back in the day that was handed down to me. And I just put that on. And then I just put on like a skull like mask. So I kind of just looked like what's his name? Hell Rider?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider? Yeah. Ghost Rider
Yeah, probably
in
Ghost Rider.
in a trench coat. But I also like swords, so I had a giant falchion with me. So I would just stand there with this falchion, just like, because it comes up to like my stomach, I guess. Just like holding the sword, the big, it's the big like wide blade ones, like in Aladdin, they have those giant flat blades, and just like
Yeah.
standing there with that. So the first day I did it, I was like really creepy and just didn't say anything and stuff, and I ended up scaring some kids like really bad. I take out the mask, like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to spook you out too much. So I took a different direction, got rid of the sword, still kept the same outfit, but then I hunched over like I was Smeagol and I started talking like him. And I was like, yes, master, where are we going next? Like, the kids like that so much more. Just like the goofy trench coat skeleton guy. Like, I don't have any pictures of that. That was a longer time ago. And yeah, it was just when I was at the tribe doing that. So I don't, I don't really know where that is. Morg, did you have some more? I know Sasha's got some more. She's looking through.
Oh. Well, I remembered one time. I think I was like in a Sears, and I saw this Pac-Man shirt, and it literally has like the waka waka waka, but it's like I think it's like 9 pictures of Pac-Man with like progressively like opening and closing his mouth all across it.
Mhm.
So I figured, okay, well maybe I'll just go as Pac-Man. We'll just kind of make it like a very low budget Pac-Man. So I figured out like what the diameter of my head was going sideways. And then I used a whole bunch of cardboard and some really good math and a whole bunch of yellow colored duct tape and some black pantyhose that I found. And I managed to make like this perfect Pac-Man head mask. And then around the mouth, I used the black pantyhose to make it so I could see through the mouth, but nobody could see through it. And then I think I punched a little bit of a hole in the front, so in that way I could actually drink. I think I was drinking Jugo juice. I think at the time, but yeah. And then I literally had like this big yellow Pac-Man head on me with the Pac-Man T-shirt, and I think yellow pants. And then I was just going around, and I'd like eat like Mentos every now and then for the little white dots, and I'd be like, "Yep,
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
following the theme here."
All right. I like it. All right. So Sasha, what's
It's
your
very
next
cheap.
one? I like the cheap ones. Those are always my favorite.
So since I have become a mommy and my child can ask for what she wants to be, I've been trying to be accommodating for her. So last year, her decision was skeletons. And because what she really wanted to be was like all the Coco stuff and like Day of the Dead, which I was trying not to appropriate other people's culture. So we compromised on skeletons and got her like a little skeleton princess thing. However, when I got my costume, I don't know why I thought that my full body skeleton costume was gonna be appropriate to wear to work, because when I put it on my body, I'm like, nope, cannot wear this to work. So I ended up actually being Miguel from Coco for the kids at work for Halloween. So my makeup that day, and then I'll show you guys a full body of it. My makeup, I did like him in his
Yeah, the hoodie.
disguise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
And then full body, and I stole like a little kid's guitar. See, it's like a
Oh
little-
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. Oh, I like it.
So my full body, and then what we ended up being in Halloween. Let's see. Find one of me and the kiddo.
Oh wow.
Skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
She sat pretty nice. However, she went pretty hard for Halloween, so it rubbed off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
And
nice
then
one.
a fun one. It's not like really costume for me, but I came to work on Halloween last year
Mhm.
and all of my staff were not wearing costumes. So I'm like dressed as Miguel from Coco, and all of my staff are just like wearing work sweatshirts and things like that say the company logo. And then I started to kind of realize that like everybody has their hair the same. They're all wearing their hair back in like a ponytail and a braid, and they're all wearing the same thing that I wore every day. So they, my whole staff dressed as me for work, and then like one of my staff had like
Oh.
stolen my badge and was wearing my badge. So like my whole staff was dressed as me for Halloween, and I was the only one walking around in an actual costume, and they're all wearing
Oh
cardigans
my
and
god.
Oh,
did their hair just
wow.
like me. Yeah.
That's a
I
good
bet you
Halloween
that
prank.
realization was a bit like, wait a
It took
minute.
like an hour for me to figure it out. Like I started kind of talking shit to them. I'm like, you guys, why is no one wearing a costume? And they're like, I'm like,
Oh,
Oh my
man.
god.
Oh boy, I love that.
yeah.
Oh, so part of what inspired this idea is that I have this desire to create these very elaborate costumes, and I never do it. Like I always want to do these awesome things for Halloween, and I just don't. So I'm also going to share some ideas that I've wanted to do and just haven't done. Now, I don't have a reason to dress up this year because I won't have the kids and I'm not going to a party to my knowledge. So I'm not even trying this year. Because next weekend I don't have them and I'm actually dealing, like, I've talked off and on about the court thing. That's actually happening this Wednesday. So I'm kind of more focused on that. like, I'm going to the hopefully is the final day. Like I don't know if it can escalate further. So like I have to go in front of a judge and everything. Like everything else was like just like go to like a counselor or whatever or like an officer or something like that. This is in a courtroom. Like this is the real deal. So I haven't really focused on that, but I've always had these ideas that I've wanted to do. And the first one, Morg, you're going to know this right off the bat. Sasha, I'm going to have to show you what this is because it's a Monster Hunter thing.
Ooh.
I normally do not enjoy, like a lot of people like to go with like the samurai, like the wooden shoes and like the kimono and everything, and they'll have like a katana strapped to them. That's a very popular nerdy costume for Halloween, right? Screw that.
Very nerdy.
I am going full Monster Hunter mode on this. I have always wanted to do the Yukumo outfit. Now it might feel it might feel a bit of culture appropriation, but it is supposed to be in this specific part of the game, which is very Japanese inspired, like very rural Japanese inspired. So I am going to show this image with you, Sasha. This is like, it's not a complicated costume. I just never get around to doing it.
You just need the baggy pants and the straw hat and
well, there's
the vest.
There's a way. It's actually a female in it, but it's the same for a guy. It's not any different. So yeah, it's just sort of like a tank top, like a blue tank top, and it's really wide bell pants, and this sort of like skirt thing around the bell pants. And then you got this really big, colorful rice hat with two blue feathers sticking out the top. Always wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do this since I played Portable Third back in 2010. Like, I think it was 2010, maybe 11. So the Yukumo outfit has been a big one for me for a long time. And it's simple. I just never done it. And that's actually like a redesigned one, I think. There's a better, actually, yeah, there's an image here that is both the male and the female. And you can see how just like bell bottomy those pants are in comparison. Like,
I mean, those look really comfortable.
yeah, I know. It does look like a comfortable thing. I guess I would have to do some hand wrap stuff too, but yeah. That's mine. So Morg, have you had any Monster Hunter designs that you've been wanting to do?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot. I would have actually liked to do a couple of mix sets that I had made in the past. Actually, it's kind of funny because I think it was in Generations Ultimate I started making like fashion sets that were themed around like certain ideas, like Warhammer 40K. I think I did like I think I did like a Warhammer Space Marine, and then I think a Chaos Marine. Like using like various pieces, and then I would just go in as like heavy bowgun and just like mow everything down with it. I think if I wanted to go in a set, I think I would like to do it in. Ooh, I almost want to say traditional Rathalos would be a really good set to do, but I think maybe Shogun Senator. Mostly because I got a lot of really good history with that set. That set is a really fun one to use, and I really enjoyed playing around with that set. Or, what is that one? What is that one set? Here, let me see if I can find it on Google. Let me see. Monster Hunter.
I am trying
Obituary
to find the
set.
The Shogun Senator armor sets for Sasha to see. I'm assuming the male one.
God, I really want the Obituary set. That would be so good. Oh, let me see if I can find some images. Please open up the images.
Oh, that one's much. Oh no, the file size is so small. 174. Okay, no. So yeah, a lot of mine are Monster Hunter sets, but I'm only going to show two. So my other one, Morg, this is another callback armor set. Not a modern one. Monoblos, which we haven't seen since.
Oh, that's such a good one.
4 Ultimate and Sasha. I like it mostly for the colors. So this would be extremely complex in comparison. Like,
that looks like a lot of work.
Yeah, like you're not only in like full armor, but you have to have these shoulder guards that have these giant red horns coming off, and then you've got like this giant red horned helmet that you got to deal with. Like, so it's black and red spikes and horns everywhere, and you're wearing like a double bandolier and a skirt, and it's just all sorts of things. But that's kind of what I wanted to do. Now we've joked around, so my brother and I like to hatch up a lot of ideas for like costumes for like me, him, and the girls together. So we thought about going as our hunters one time, and with them as our palicos, the cats that follow you around, with the girls as the cats.
Oh wow,
that's cute.
But again, we haven't done it, so because Cece is going as Elsa, like I said, Emery's going as a fairy princess, so it's pretty generic stuff for them. Like,
my daughter decided this year that we are being witches, and she picked out her witch costume. She almost picked a vampire costume. She picked a witch costume. So then we go to the adult section to pick a witch costume for me, and she's like insisting on the sluttiest costume on the shelf. I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, please. It will be so cute, Mom. And I'm like, no. No, it will not be cute. So I got like purple velvet witch robes, and I have a whole idea of what we're going to do for makeup. I'm going to do mine, and hopefully she'll sit nice and let me do hers, but I'm going to do like, I'm going to paint like a third eye, like an actual third eye in the middle of my forehead. And then I looked up some fake like sigils, and I'm going to, with a like eyeliner pencil, draw fake sigils coming down my face. and then we'll see if she'll sit nice and let me do it for her. And I'm gonna do like a purple smoky eye to match the color of the costumes, and it's gonna be fun.
So not
My
going with
husband
the.
is being a Templar.
Oh well, that's gonna go well. It just
Yes, Templar with the witches.
yeah. So there was a year I actually did. I forgot about this. There's not a good picture of me in it, so I can't. I won't show it because it's just me and like. It's just like me looking pretty like meh and like a chain like hood. But I was like an old fashioned knight. We did there's a zombie walk in Yellow Springs, Ohio, and we went to the zombie walk one year, and with my ex-wife being a zombie and I was a zombie killer. So I had like a foam sword and I had like a chainmail tunic and stuff. But that reminded me of that. Can be like, yeah, I'm here to kill my wife and everyone because I'm a zombie killer and I will not be taken by these zombies. Because famously, to her and a lot of people that know me, I don't like zombies. Like I find them as a monster to be the dumbest thing to die to because they're supposed to be rotting and slow. Except for fast zombies, I get it, but yeah.
So a dream I have, a dream costume, but I don't know if it'll end up happening because my kid is got to be on board for it. So my daughter's name is Ripley, and when we did like the pregnancy announcements on Facebook, I posted a picture from Aliens of Sigourney Weaver with Newt, and that was like, "Hey, we've got a baby on the way." And
oh my god, yes! Oh
Nice.
my god, yes.
My baby shower was alien themed. Like the invitations were boarding passes to the Nostromo. I was like fully on board theme. So a dream costume I have would be then, before she's too big, that she would actually be Newt and I would be Ripley and have like the gun in one hand and my kid on the hip. Like,
yeah.
Who's going as the alien queen? You gotta have the full set.
I guess that's what my husband has to be.
Yep. He'll be the alien queen.
Yep. But then my father-in-law is a welder. He was talking about like building her like the suit, like the mecha suit.
Oh my
Ripley.
gosh.
So it'd be like a toddler version of it. And I'm like, that would be the coolest.
A metal
ever.
suit for a costume? Holy cow.
Yes. The loader, yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
See,
this is where it gets fun because when you have kids or even animals, you can get into some fun ideas. Like my old dog, not Blanky, but Merlin, who was also a smaller dog, although he was larger than Blinky. My brother called him Marlboro all the time, and not the cigarette, the Final Fantasy tentacle monster thing with a mouth. Are you familiar with that one, Sasha?
Nope.
I'll have to look that one up for you. But what he wanted to do is dress my dog up as one of those and have us as like Final Fantasy characters fighting him, although he's a small dog. Yeah, it's Marlboro. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. One that isn't from the newest game that sucked. Oh gosh, there's so many from that one. Why? All right, here we go. So yeah, this is a lot of picture sharing, I know, but like as hopefully as people understand, we describe it. It's basically a giant mouth with a bunch of eye tentacles. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So having my dog dressed as that, because he called him that all the time. He's like Merlin, and he just like morphed it into Marlboro eventually, and Marlboro, I think is how he accented it. And yeah, and then unfortunately we didn't get to do it before that dog passed away, but that was a big. He's always made plans for his animals and not necessarily him or my animals. Like he wants to dress up animals on Halloween and not himself a lot of the time. So that's where Chauncey's ideas go, is the animals, but we never do it. So
My mother-in-law, they have Malamutes, and she really wants to give my daughter like a little Red Riding Hood costume, and then have her
wow,
trick or treat with the Malamutes, which would be, I think, really cool. But
yeah,
like, I think I'm just too extra for Halloween for me to settle on that as her costume.
because
Like, that would
it's a
have to be
simple one.
just,
Yeah,
yeah, it'd have to be like a trunk or treat thing. Like, okay, go do that. But
yeah, I get you. Yeah, like I do like having these ideas, but I just never execute them, and I wish I did at some point. But part of the me wanting to get a house is actually dressing up and like passing out candy at my house, because no one comes around here for trick or treat. Like we're on a back road out in the middle of the woods. Like there have occasionally been people. I do turn on the light and set out candy, but like we just end up having a lot of candy for ourselves. And Chauncey's okay with that because he loves candy. He really
me
does.
too.
I like
Mhm.
I like candy, but I don't like it as much as he does. He has a ever existent stash of candy in his room. So if the girls feel particularly driven to do so, they will go upstairs and try to find his candy stash, and are successful at times.
That's hilarious.
Uncle Chauncey, can we have
A
some
lot of
candy? He's like, what makes you think I have candy? And then Emery's like, you always have candy. Don't lie. I love Emery's bluntness. Emery is just so blunt. Oh, did I tell you
You
guys?
always have candy.
No, I didn't. I haven't talked to you guys since. So this whole new arrangement of not having the kids every weekend, right? The kids obviously are not happy about this. So I get on the phone and I wanted to talk to them since I didn't get to see them last weekend, and I tried to get a hold of them. Like they weren't calling back, and I don't know. It took me 3 days to get a hold of them, and then finally when I did, Cece was like, "Oh, I missed you." I was like, "I miss you too." And I talked to her a little bit, and Emery gets on the phone, and this is exactly how the conversation goes. I was like, "Hi, Emery." She goes, "Hi, Daddy. I love you. I love you too, Emery. So, Mommy's not letting us come see you anymore, and that's a bad thing. You need to fix that." With her mom
Oh,
standing right there, and I was
wow.
like, "All right,
Well,
Emery. All right."
can you say that one more time into the recorder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Emery was just like, I don't like it. I want to see you every day. Like, I think
Aw.
she was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done being at mommy. It's like, okay, cool it, kid, cool it. Your mom's not gonna like that. So, yeah, another blunt Emeryism.
Good stuff. Out of the mouths of babes, only the truth.
She's not a baby anymore. She's about to be 6. Thursday she'll be
Ooh.
6, and Cece will be 8 Friday, next Friday. So, yep. Other costumes. I have always wanted to do, like, obviously the Monster Hunter stuff is big for me too, but I've also always wanted to do Tyrael from Diablo. And I don't think I had to show a picture for that. I think you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. I like the hood, the dark hood. I like the tendril things. I have seen some amazing cosplay of like the different angels from Diablo. I don't think I can get to that level, but I'd like to attempt at some point. And because a lot of people like to do super scary stuff sometimes. I wouldn't mind being an angel. It just had to be a really cool Diablo angel, but You know,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna go with like a gown and a halo over my head. That's just that's it's too easy. You gotta go the full like fantasy angel. So Tyrael's one I've always wanted to do. I think he's my favorite angel, even though we got to know a lot about the other ones in Diablo 3. Maybe Imperius. Maybe if I was a bodybuilder, Imperius. If I got jacked. Because Imperius is super muscly. Even in the armor, it looks like. Most of my ideas are still video game stuff, though. Like like I was saying earlier, I can't pull off any of my favorite bands. Like, I don't really like the guys from Bare Naked Ladies, just like normal dudes. Like, I would just like look like a different dude. Like, it just wouldn't, not really an iconic look there for me to really grab onto. And then, actually, you know what I could do? I just realized this. You know what, Morg? You and I need to meet up for a Halloween because you and I need to do Tucker and Dale. I'll be Dale.
Oh my God.
You be Tucker. We can pull it off.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I could totally see that. Oh my God. Here, wait.
I've already got the beard. I can pull off the Dale beard and just put myself in flannel. And if you can pull off the Alan Tudyk, I think you can.
Oh, I could.
Or we just do it on a pod. Just do it. You know what? We could organize this for next, because like, you know, our next podcast is what? What is it? The 30th?
Yeah, all you need are like coveralls, and all I need are like suspenders and jeans and a t-shirt and a ball
29th?
cap. Yeah, it could definitely work.
The 29th?
Yes.
Morg,
Yes.
do you want to do this with me next week? I'll come in with a flannel shirt and try to put my hair like Dale, and you could be Tucker.
Oh my God, yes, we can definitely do it.
All you got to do is
suspenders now.
Yeah, we both got to get
okay.
suspenders, but I'll get suspenders and a flannel shirt, and I'll be Tucker, and you can be Dale.
Yep, we can definitely do this.
I'll have to find the pitchfork, like just the really super metal pitchfork that or is it a scythe? It's a scythe he's carrying when he talks to the college girls the first time, or he's just like needs something to support him, so to give him some like, and he ends up looking like a creepy redneck killer, of course. But yeah, Tucker.
I know that like for like the the box art for the movie, I know that he's got a chainsaw in hand, so I mean, like, I guess you could also run with that too.
I don't have a chainsaw, but I you know, we could see. Maybe a toy one. Get a toy one.
Yeah, all you need is like a little toy chainsaw, and like you can find any old red toy chainsaw anywhere, I'm pretty sure.
Is this the first time we've been on camera for Halloween? Like, I don't think we were on camera. I think we started doing that like November last year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because yeah, usually like it would be like a Wednesday or a Thursday, right?
When we recorded before? No, we've been on Saturdays for a long time.
I think we were
I mean,
on
for Halloween
camera last year. I was on a hiatus.
Yes.
in
Yeah,
October,
since you've
so-
been on, we've been on camera. That's for sure. Yeah. Man, I'm losing time. It feels like I am losing track of time sometimes. Like, there's certain things I can know, like Skyrim, 11/11. 11. Like, I know that one.
Well, yeah.
But, well, I remember a lot of game release dates. That's an easy one. Yes, you're right. But
wait, was it really November the 11th of 2011?
It was.
Yes, it was.
That was Skyrim Day.
My God,
Yep.
that was so scripted. I knew it.
Yep. And that's why
And ever
November
since
11th of 2021 was the 10-year anniversary. Actually,
you're 100% that they're gonna come up with a new release
I
for it. It's
mean-
gonna be like Skyrim 22nd edition for the 22nd month of the 22nd day of the 22nd year of the 22nd century. Oh my god, this is gonna be a seller, guys. Oh, it's gonna be great.
I wouldn't be surprised
Everybody
if
else,
there's
no.
another special edition of Skyrim this November because it's the 11th year, the 11th anniversary.
I
I'm
swear
not
to
gonna
God,
lie.
I will flay Todd Howard myself.
I'm not
I
gonna
will
lie.
burn his house down, kick his dog, and shit in his pillowcase, and strangle his cat, and eat all his candy, screw his wife. I don't care. I'll punish him however I can.
Eat all your candy and give me pink eye.
So
Son of a bitch, stop making Skyrim.
there was a release of recently on GOG that was on sale, and I did pick it up of Skyrim.
No, don't encourage this behavior from him.
I hadn't owned it on
It
PC
needs to
yet.
stop.
I had this collection thing.
Yeah,
'cause-
this is why he does this.
I know. I'm sorry, but
I need Elder Scrolls 6, and it needs to be
I
a
had.
single player game.
Mhm.
One.
I don't give a
now.
shit about Elder Scrolls 6. I want more Fallout and not in 76 bullshit land. I want real single player Fallout with dialogue.
Fallout 5
trees.
would be nice. Oh.
No. Fallout 3B would be nice.
Fallout 3B.
Oh, like a-
Okay.
Like a return
Yes,
to
just
Fallout
like-
3, like in
yes,
Washington,
like,
like
I
before,
don't-
yeah.
No, I just don't want this continuation of the Fallout 4 formula and all this like focus in workshop and hoarding all my garbage. Like, just let me play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Save the settlers! Build the township! Yeah!
No, F those settlers, man. Pick up a gun and get good.
Don't worry, you're not the only one who hates them and thinks survival of the fittest. My brother has done that all the time, where he's like, "Oh no, settlers died. Oh well, too bad. I'm gonna go on an adventure. Hey, dog meat, come, let's go. We're going to go on a quest." Or he'll take his butler and be like, "You, Edward Scissorhands, come, Cyclops.
Yeah.
Let's go and kill some ghouls and super mutants, shit."
I'm sorry. I know. I still more care about the Elder Scrolls than the Fallout stuff. I gave New Vegas a try, and I petered out because I don't. It's always the crafting in games like that really just like I'm just like no.
There's not really that much crafting in there.
I know it's
You can-
very light crafting. I know that, but I just like everything feels junky and terrible, and I hate it. And
Yeah, because you're in the apocalyptic wasteland. It should be junky and terrible.
I don't even.
That's the point.
That's the thing. Like, there was one game that inspired me, but it was because it was id, and id like has. I didn't even like it that much, and I forced myself to play it, which was I didn't even play the second one. What the crap is
Rage?
that? Rage. Yeah, I didn't even play Rage 2 because I was like, no.
I haven't played Rage 2, but Rage was a good time.
Rage 1 was really good. I
Yeah.
liked it, but that was the only one that was post-apocalypse that could really get me because I was like, okay, all right, so you're not making Doom, but you'll make this. I'll try it. All right, so let's try this, and then I liked it. It had some interesting things. I like the boomerang that would decapitate mutants. That was fun. I didn't like the fact that it broke and I had to fix it a lot of the time, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about like I just want to have tools and weapons that just don't break in games. I know that's not realistic, but I'm not looking for realism in my games 99% of the time. Like, I want believable, but I don't want realistic. Like, I don't want to take that extra step where I have to start repairing stuff all the time. You know, like, I didn't disenjoy New Vegas the little I played of it recently. It was just like, I'm not hooked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. But, in my defense, I did really like playing through Mass Effect. I did give that a fair shake, and I did like that quite a bit. So, that's one series I gave you.
Well, I mean, that's because Mass Effect is perfect.
It's pretty darn good. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
is really, really.
Although I did drop Andromeda pretty quick, and I know why. So we'll talk about this in more detail with our upcoming Mass Effect talk with Brian. But Brian and I had a small discussion on Andromeda because he's like, "So you started it, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It's the same problem I had with Mass Effect 2. It feels like you're starting in Mass Effect 2 without any backstory." Is what Andromeda feels like to me.
That's what a lot of people's problem with Andromeda was.
Yeah, it feels like I have no stakes in what's going on, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it does." Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah. So that's I might muscle through it at some point, but I skipped it and I'm playing other games right now. So
Have you? Yeah, I was gonna say, have you even gotten to like where you start terraforming?
no, I have not. I don't think I left the ship. Like I think I was able to walk around for the first time and I repaired a battery and I was like, yeah.
Andromeda does so. Dragon Age Inquisition takes like a sidestep from the BioWare formula, where like they keep a lot of the same stuff in there,
Mhm.
but then they have this whole other game mechanic that has to do with like decision making and building structure within the world, and it's removed from your character and your party that third person moves through the world. So it's like send a scouting party to go do this and make a decision about what they find. So Inquisition does that, and Andromeda takes the exact same sides from the Mass Effect formula, the BioWare Mass Effect formula. So it takes all of, like, you're in the Mass Effect world and all of the gameplay and all of that is the same, but then you also have this like overarching decisions that you have to make in how you're terraforming planets and making decisions on how the settlers are going to live there and trying to get the planet to 100% viability. So it's a little bit different than what you're used to in Mass Effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really
But
enjoyed
it takes
what I was
time
doing.
to even get there, though. Like, just like in Dragon Age Inquisition, I think I played like a solid maybe 10, 15 hours before you get any of this new stuff in the game.
Well, I have loaded myself up on a bunch of PC games, so I've been playing those instead. And went back to Sunbreak. Even though I was ranting about it for like 4 weeks about how I hated the end game and I was upset, I still went back because A, I'm an addict, and B, I really only have one crown left. Only have I have that single large crown Risen Camillus left. That's it. Just take a guess, Morg. How many Risen Camillus have I killed so far?
Oh, I bet you've killed like something close to 55,
A little lower.
45,
Tiny bit lower.
42.
42 is correct. I have killed 42 of the most.
It's like the answer to everything. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The
Boy,
answer is 42.
It would have been amazing.
Yay!
It would have been amazing if that was the last one I had to fight. If it ended on 42, it is not. I still do not have that large crown. So it'll be 43 or more.
Oh, well.
But
Fine. Yeah.
this is the most difficult monster in the game, and I've been soloing it for over 40.
Wow.
It's like
wow.
it's a 25-minute quest for me, and that 25 minutes in Sunbreak is a long quest.
Yes, it is. Like, you really have to sit there and you just kind of have to just muscle through it as best as you can. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I did with All Mother Narwa in Master Rank in order for me to be able to get to MR45. Like, I just jumped that. Oh my god. It only took one try, but still, like, I
So,
wasn't feeling too confident about it because Afflicted Acnesom was giving me a lot of trouble, and I
Yeah.
I carded to it, and it took me 25 minutes to beat that, and I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to deal with All Mother Narwa? Nah, wasn't that bad.
I don't know if you play a game, Sasha, where you have to farm something too often. You don't seem to play those kind of games.
No, not anymore. I don't have the patience for that.
Right. So, as much as we are trying to get you to play Monster Hunter, there are times you do have to farm. And
Mm.
this particular quest, having to do it every time I do it, takes 25 minutes. And I've done it over 40 times. I have finished an audiobook and a half.
Wow.
I have started re-listening to my favorite series, The Cleric Quintet. Which one of these days we're gonna have to do a reading list of what books do we recommend to people, because I don't think we've done a reading list episode, have we?
I don't think so. But
I don't think so.
We should do that one day, because I have a lot of books that people should listen to. Cleric Quintet being one of them, especially if you're into fantasy D&D stuff. So I started re-listening to Cleric Quintet, and it is 5 books. I am most of the way through the 3rd book, and I started listening to it because I was farming camellias. So
impressive.
I was wrong. It's not 1.5 books. It's 2.5 books that I've been doing this.
Holy shit!
Now, granted, they're not super long as far as some books go. Like, I have a book that's on my list that it's like 48 hours to listen to the whole thing. I think Lord of the Rings trilogy is that long. I think 48 hours or something like that. These are only like 15 hours a piece, so they're not terribly long books. But listening to all 5 of them, that'll stack up. So, yeah. So that's what I've been doing. But I've also been, when I'm not listening to book and playing, I've been playing more PC games. There's a new game that came out. It's actually on Game Pass, I believe, Sasha, called Asterigos.
Hold, please. Let me see.
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Yeah, I know it's hit Xbox. I know it's on PS5, but I'm playing it on PC. Boy, are they really cashing in on the red-haired female protagonist, though. I feel like it's the new Commander Shepard look for females, because there's a lot.
Oh, I mean, my Commander Shepard has red hair because that's what Renegade Shepard looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, Aloy is the red-haired, green-eyed protagonist from.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of them, but Asterigos, Hilda is her name because she's Scandinavian, I think.
You'll have to send me a link to that, so that way I can actually take a look and see if this game is any good, because I want to try it. If it is any good.
92% of Google users like it.
It is something along the Souls aspect of things, but take it back a step and make it more like a more traditional sort of like third-person action game. It's not as hard. You do lose resource when you die, but it's not a lot, and you don't have to go pick it up. And yeah, it's pretty.
Thank God.
Pretty good. Like, it reminds me of just like a solid action adventure game from like the 2010s, like that kind of style of gameplay. If you remember those,
God, I miss those days.
And there's not a bunch of crap. They're not trying to do anything too super special with it. It's just a good story with like really good gameplay. It's a little wordy though. Like, I do skip some dialogue because like eventually I'm just like, yes, I understand what you're saying. I'm done. Like, I listened already. So it's interesting, and it's got this weird what made me kind of drop into it. Sasha, the Forgotten City being like the modern day sort of mixed with ancient Rome. I think it's Rome, right?
Yes.
This is a lot of ancient Greece mixed with futuristic stuff, which is really cool.
Ooh.
So like when you pull out your weapon, it just like it like phases in and stuff, and it's like super technology stuff, but they're also like in an ancient Greece setting. Like I'm fighting harpies and stuff like that, and like ruined Colosseum, and it's just a really. And they are also trapped in this weird Greek city that has a curse, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Like,
Why does that sound an awful lot like a punk game, but it's set in like ancient Greece? I would call it Olympia punk. It's
I don't
not
know.
quite paleo punk.
Olympia
That'd be
Punk.
kind of like primal almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, I've been really talking up Primal as a show. I haven't talked about it since season two ended because season two outright disturbed me. Like the ending of season two was like a little rapey, a little, and I didn't enjoy that. But
Hmm.
it doesn't. I don't. I think that was my interpretation of it. I don't think a lot of people feel it was rapey. It was just, he may not have wanted to say no, but like I don't think he had a choice in the matter. Also, which made it really weird. It's just, yeah. I was like, I really love this show, and the last episode really just kind of weirded me out. What are you being so clingy for, dog? Jeez. You're never like this. What's wrong? So I've been playing that, and then did you guys ever play the old? You may not have, Sasha, because you've never been much of a PC gamer, right?
No, not really.
No.
Well, I mean, I did do a little bit of PC gaming,
Like, I
but I mean, like, I've
dabbled.
never been able to keep up.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So-
Like, I'm thinking about saving up to maybe get a new one, but that would cost me like 2,400.
I mean, I've always been both a PC gamer and a big Nintendo fan, and then I also get whether Xbox or PlayStation. Most of the time, PlayStation. Just one of those two because they tend to usually have most of the same games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back in the day, there was this amazing hospital game called Theme Hospital. If you guys have heard of it, it was a Bullfrog game. Before EA screwed up Bullfrog and shut them down. So it's like a hospital simulator. You just sort of managed a hospital, but it had a really like funny, like sense of humor and stuff. Like if you didn't hire enough janitors, you would start to get rats or something in the hospital. And so you would hover, you would see a rat run across a screen or something, and you would hover over it, and you had a shotgun. You could just shoot the mice. Like your pointer
God.
became a shotgun, but you were also fixing diseases like you would go into this hospital and it would be like, we got this new machine that cures Bigfoot syndrome. So people would come in looking like Bigfoot and they'd go into the machine and it just cuts all their hair off and they're suddenly cured. And it's just like, you had all these like crazy diseases. Well, there's a new spiritual successor to it. I don't know if it has any of their previous developers, but it specifically refers to Theme Hospital called 2 Point Hospital.
Oh yeah, that's on Game Pass.
Yeah, so I picked that up with a bunch of DLC also that I'm going to play on PC eventually too. Like, there's a reason why I really needed us to talk about 10 games this year, because I already have 10, and Asterigos is probably going to push something off the list, and 2 Point might push something off the list. And I still haven't touched Bayonetta 3 or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And, like, those might push something off. I'm not sure Bayonetta 3 will. Like, I like Bayonetta, good spectacle fighter, but, like, I'm not over the moon usually by them either. Like, I replayed 1 and 2 recently. I don't think I talked to you, Sasha, since I started it when we talked, but I hadn't finished it. 2 is so much better than 1. It's not even close. Like,
I feel like that was your opinion going in as well. that
Yes.
she becomes a fully fleshed out character into.
Yeah. Not only that, just even gameplay. Because, like, in 1, they have this nasty habit of taking away witch time. Like, really nasty habit. Like, hey, here's this, like, super important mechanic in the game. And we're just going to take it away from you randomly and not tell you. And I'm like, oh, but that's terrible. And then they do it all, like, 2 times, and it's only in special challenges in Bayonetta 2. The story's easier to follow in Bayonetta 2 as well. Like, there's a lot less, I don't know, fluff in the story. It's all around better. And I'm hoping 3 is even better. Because, I don't know. I like spectacle fighters. So, we'll see that. And, of course, Scarlet and Violet's coming out in a few weeks as well. So, I'll be playing that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see where that one goes. I still think that I'm probably like Pokemon Legends Arceus a little bit better. Mostly because Pokemon with Dark Souls elements in it just feels good. Should definitely have to fear the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, when you think about it, any Pokemon that knows Seismic Toss is literally able to just, like, suplex anything that they want directly into orbit and then just drop it back down. Like, I don't know any other I don't know of any monsters that are powerful enough to be able to send you out of the atmosphere and then back down, smashing into the ground, without you having concern that, hey, this thing might actually kill me. What am I doing putting it in this tiny little ball and then, like, you know, keep it in my pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, hoping that I can make friends with it after beating the shit out of it with one of my Pokemon that may or may not have been ready to be able to tackle something that was this difficult. It's like,
they're
10-year-old kids?
You're reading into it a lot more than you need to. How
do they pay for their healthcare system?
See, this is the thing I talked about. Like, don't like the whole realism thing in the games, because the moment you try to apply realism to Pokemon, it falls apart so quickly.
Are there other animals aside from Pokemon? And if not, where do they get their meat from?
Pokemon. This has been said in the show and the series several times.
I feel bad for Magikarp.
There is a reason why there's a bunch of Tauros on ranches.
Yes.
That is
easy beef.
And Miltanks. Miltanks are the milking cows.
Yes. I believe there was a picture of a Miltank that was nursing a Pikachu and I think a Meowth. That it has been censored by a lot of people because they're like, no, this is wrong. What is up with the face on that Miltank? It is enjoying that way too much. And then I'm like, guys, it's just udders. It's not like it's a. And then I look at it, I'm like, oh.
No, it is like it's
it is. What yeah. Okay, get me the bleach. I need to wipe that from my eyes. Just.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Don't trust the internet when it comes to Pokemon. Just don't. It's a safe rule.
Disgusting.
So, like, those are coming out. And is there anything out? Oh yeah, Gollum. You guys plan on playing that? The Lord of the Rings game? Gollum.
Probably
really?
not.
Now there's a new Lord of the Rings game, Gollum? What?
Yeah.
Now I gotta check this out as well. Oh my gosh.
It's a stealth game where you play as Gollum while he's in Mordor.
I'm sure my husband's gonna play it, but nah.
No, yeah.
This could be promising.
I think it's this year still. I'm not sure. Because, like, that was the thing. Is like, I already have, like, a quite full list of Game of the Year. And we're not to the busy season, November, Thanksgiving. We're not to the busy season of games releasing. Like, I'm very concerned.
Oh, IGN actually has, like, a cinematic trailer for it. So maybe it'll be good. I might take a look at it.
Yeah.
Likely mature.
Are we losing him? Okay, it's not just me.
I think
Okay.
so. Yep,
Yeah.
I think so.
That's not.
Oh boy. Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
I think it's trying to catch up.
yeah, that was the speed up.
Yep.
Morg, are you with us?
Uh-oh. Oh,
Nope, he's not.
Almost.
freezing up.
Yeah,
Almost.
you are. But hey, it's not as much as it used to be. We got a good hour and a half in before this happened the first time.
Oh, thank God! I was gonna watch the promo for this, and then like it's like, okay, well, yeah.
Oh, is it
likely
because you
mature
start-
17 plus, and then I saw that.
Is it because you started the video that we lost
Yes,
connection?
I wanted to watch the trailer, and then all of a sudden, my poor little computer that is like about 9 or 10 years old now is like, Daddy, I can't handle it, and I'm gonna be like, no. You're gonna take this, okay? You're a grown adult. You can handle anything, and if you can't, it's to the corner with you, Mister.
Oh boy, Sasha's
You think
face.
about what you've done here. You nearly ruined this podcast. Gonna try one more time.
Here we go.
So Chance has an
Oh,
interesting dilemma
oh.
because he's on Bickering Bucks, and we're going to be doing the same thing, Game of the Year discussion, and we also talked about doing 10 instead of 5 again. Chance was like, "There's a problem. I've only played 7 games this year so far," and I was like, "Well, looks like you got some games to play." So Chance has been,
Yeah, I think I might have the same problem right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can always. I mean, you played Mass Effect this year, didn't you? Like you played through it again.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You-
it would be like Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect
You
3.
could do that. Like, so for me, I am lumping the trilogy in as one entry.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well of doing. I don't know. Maybe I don't think I've played 10 games yet, but I think I might be at 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
you've got
problem with that is
a whole
like-
quarter of a year
like-
to get another 3 games. I think you're good.
yeah, we'll see.
You've also got Game Pass. You can just be like, oh, I played that for 10 minutes. Like,
I guess. Yeah. I could.
Hmm.
more.
Do they have to be modern games though?
No,
No,
no.
because last year I
Oh,
said
thank God.
Andromeda,
Yeah,
and Andromeda was like
Yeah.
5 years old by then.
yeah.
I'm pulling out some N64 classics.
I
because-
remember because you went to that.
I'm here for this.
You went to that resale shop and got one. I remember.
Yep. $800 well invested.
Dude,
It's gonna make it on the list.
what?
That's for the console, for the expansion pack, and then that's for all the games. Some of them are limited edition collector's items that you can't get anywhere else.
Okay. So once you went into the collector stuff, I now understand where the $800 went. Like I got you.
Did you know that there is a copy of Diddy Kong Racing that is like $3,000?
I did. Yes.
Yeah,
And
we
then
had
there's a limited edition Majora's Mask, like the really good one that's like over $9,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I
just
just
wanna
play
play
an
the
emulator.
game.
Jeez.
I don't even like
I
Majora's
want
Mask.
the raw experience.
As much as I like
The
Legend of
true
Zelda,
blue.
I don't like
Horrible
Majora's Mask.
stick controls on the N64, the button mashing. Oh yes, I want the torture of the good old fashioned games.
You want torture of button mashing? Play Banjo Tooie. As much as I love
Oh,
Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie is garbage. I hate
Don't
Banjo
tempt me.
Tooie. Banjo Tooie, it's like half of the jiggies are like mash A to your eyes and thumbs bleed. Like,
Oh my god.
oh my,
Do
yeah. I just like Banjo Kazooie was so good about making puzzles and exploring and that kind of stuff, and then Banjo Tooie was like mash A. Here's Jiggy. I'm like, oh, what? No, don't do that.
Oh no.
So yeah, I have been very focused on this Game of the Year list because I've been knocking things out and rearranging it a lot lately. So I have been curating this list all year, and then I was like, I can't do 5. This can't happen. I can't do 5 because there's just too much. So I know Ace has played more than 5 for sure, as well. So, and Morg, you've got a lot of N64 games to talk about, it seems.
Yes, I do.
And Sasha's got a lot of Mass Effect games to put on there.
No, I think I'm gonna
Let's
lump
see,
all
where
of
did
Mass
we go?
Effect together.
I mean, I
because now that
am
I'm
too.
thinking about it too, I've played a handful of indie games on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So
Problem is, it also kind of feels weird to put it on the list if it wasn't worth mentioning. But like, for me, like that was the point where it was like, okay, so what? I whittle it down to 5, right? I'm just knocking things off, like knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. But I was like, I can't knock this off. Like I can't do this, but this also deserves to be talked about. So I like when I talked to you guys about doing this 10. I was at 8 that I was like, I have to talk about these. Like, there are 3 games that I knocked off that I still really need to talk about. And no, none of them are Titan Quest. Even though I played that a lot this year, too. I've even knocked Titan Quest out of the list for honorable mention. Like, Titan Quest is gone. It is not on the list anymore.
Ooh. Other games to talk about.
Yep. Oh, I'm keeping some surprises in there. Sorta. I mostly talked about everything I played this year with you guys, but there's some stuff in there. We kind of really got off topic on the costume stuff, but I don't think I had much more to say on that one.
no, not much.
I mean, I guess I made like one joke costume. I
Mhm.
went as a moose hunter, but not in the conventional sense of what you would think for a moose hunter. It was a moose dressed as a hunter, hunting people.
Oh,
Moose hunter,
gotcha.
moose hunter. And so I even had like yeah, it was really funny. So I had like this, like, I think it was like a big thing of overalls stuffed with pillows. And then I put like a dead person mask on with a farmer's hat and whatever. And I would just drag a dead body around with me. It's like, look what I hunted. And people would be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
It's like a mannequin. Wow. So, on top of 2 Point Hospital me playing, I was gonna say I've got some other games that I've been looking to play that I have never played before the year ends. Stray, the one about the cat.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got a hold of that yet, but I want to. I still have never played Destroy All Humans ever. So
Really?
yeah. So
Whoa.
It's a delightful little game.
I have the remaster.
It's a game that you play for the fun of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the remaster, and I just haven't started it yet. It's on my PC list that I just haven't gotten to. Because like I saw Asterigos and I just bought it and I was like, I'm playing this. Like this is what I'm playing right now. I started Hollow Knight again, and a lot of people really like Hollow Knight, the Metroidvania.
Hollow Knight is pretty good.
And then also, I talked a little bit about it because of the quiz show, Jade Empire. I actually picked that up, and I do want to start it at some point.
Hmm.
And there's a shooter that I want to play that I haven't got to yet called Forgive Me, Father. That is a first-person shooter that is you're playing as a preacher, and you are fighting like Lovecraftian things.
Okay. That sounds
That
cool.
sounds fun.
So, that's something that's been on my radar for a while that I finally was able. I think it finally came out of early access, and that's what I'm. I don't normally like to play a lot of early access games, so I kind of want to see how that one goes. And you play as two different characters. One's the preacher, and there's another one that's a reporter. I think she's a reporter or something like that. So I want to try those. Yeah, so I've got a lot of PC gaming to catch up on because I've been doing. Well, Mass Effect took a lot of my time. Like Mass Effect was a good solid
Yeah.
75
That's an
hours
investment.
between all three of them, something like that. Like I think it
That's
will.
speedy.
That's
feel like
actually
that's
pretty
speedy.
fast.
It isn't. No, you're probably right because it probably was about 20 a piece. No, it would have been more than 20 a piece if it was 75. I don't know. I don't remember. I remember for some reason 2 probably took the longest. I think
Yeah,
3.
that one's probably
Yes.
it's the one that probably takes the most time.
But-
Yes.
But I think I only spent like 23, 24 hours in 2. So I don't think I broached 20 in 1. But 1 I also didn't play everything in 1 because you and I talked about it. I had a broken quest in
Right.
1. So I was like, well, there's no point in trying to be super thorough on 1 because it's going to bug me that I have this quest that's always going to be here that I can't complete. Which is kind of annoying me about my replay of Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning I tried last year. Like, I have a broken quest in that.
I'm just waiting for that to get on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Just waiting. It's got Game Pass energy, and I'm usually right about this. I
Yeah.
wait long enough.
It's not a terrible way to go about it. Um,
I'm looking at, so like right now, my Xbox stats for Mass Effect Legendary, and I haven't beat Mass Effect 3 yet on there, and it says I've played for 4 days and 10 hours and 31 minutes.
okay, you're also a lot more thorough than I am, apparently. Because I know I didn't play that long.
Well, this probably also includes when I have to pause the game and manage my child. So
Oh, yeah, that I don't deal with that as much,
So-
especially since they don't live with me outside of the weekends. Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess it's probably closer to like 2 days.
Sure. Okay. 48 hours, not bad. I've also got Plague Tale Requiem. That's a recent release that I'm looking into. Did you guys ever see Plague Tale?
I don't think I actually have. I'm gonna have to take a look at this.
I-
Here, let me see.
I heard of it, but doesn't seem like my kind of game.
It's just
Also
like
seems pretty emotional.
yeah. I mean, I played the first one in
Oh, wait.
2020. Yeah, it's the one you're like this kid. You are playing this young adult woman.
It's the French game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the one where the rats are. Oh yeah. This is during the Black Plague in Europe, and then you're playing as a French woman and this kid, and you're trying to
Escape.
get away from soldiers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember talking about this before.
Yeah, so I played
It
it
looks
back
really, really good.
I played it back in 2020, the first one, right when COVID started. So like a Plague Tale.
Mhm.
This seems relevant. I'll do it. And played it, really enjoyed it, and then the sequel just came out. Like I think this week.
It's
So
on Game Pass.
Mhm.
yep. So I do want to play that still. Like I have that on PC as well because I had the first one on PC. So like I am turning into a heavy PC gamer here lately. Yeah. But Sasha, did you hear about my Road Warden adventure? I did try it. I think it was the week I called it Road Warrior, and you guys said it was like, oh, that's Mad Max. I was like, wait, I said it wrong. It's Road Warden.
Yeah.
I tried it. It's okay. It's the text-based adventure that was like really, really slow. I was like, I really don't feel like reading this much. Like, it's interesting, but it's too much reading. You would think it's like, oh, okay, like read a paragraph here or two and then make your decision. Nope. There was ones that were like 12, 15 paragraphs of information that I would have to memorize and then click on the next thing, next decision or next path. Then another 12 or 15 paragraphs of information that I would have to absorb and memorize. And I was just like,
See, I wouldn't mind that, but I feel like after a while, like looking at the screen, I'd be seeing letters in my after images.
yeah, it's just,
Makes my eyes hurt.
it's interesting. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting world, but like, boy, is it a lot of reading. It is way too much reading for me.
Just need somebody to read it to you.
I don't even think I want that because that'd just be me sitting there listening to them for like 20 minutes before I make a decision. Like, it's got some of that Mass Effect vibe where you're like you're listening and you're like making a decision based on what you're hearing and trying to progress and through a goal or whatever. I don't think it has as intricate of like characters you have to deal with or anything as you do in Mass Effect, but like it's very much like discover what's going on, discover what the right decision is, and that kind of thing. And then like the combat in that game is also decision making. Like you're not just like, it's like, what do you think the best course of action? You're surrounded by a band of goblins. And I'm like, run away, fight. Like you have options, and then like there's just a scripted event on which one you choose, and it just kind of feels like a little flat after I had a couple combats. I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, it's
Why
not,
does this sound an awful lot like Warlock of Firetop Mountain?
I don't know that, so I don't know if it does or not. It's very much a text.
You can get the board game for it, or you could get the book, which is a story-based text game that is literally a book that you can read through, and then you make decisions, and then depending on what decisions you make, you flip to that page, and then you
Choose
can
your
just
own
go
adventure.
through.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
This is on the cusp of that. I think there's a little bit more to it, but it's a little on the cusp of that.
The only thing about Warlock of Firetop Mountain, like even with the book, you actually have to have like a sheet of paper, kind of like a D&D, like a character sheet or whatever, in order to be able to keep track of your health and your items, and then like the stuff that you pick up along the way and whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
It is very.
I have been
in-depth.
playing D&D again too. Like I had a big hiatus where we weren't playing for a long time, but Sean started running a game on Friday nights that we've been doing. It was really fun. Last night we scared a dryad away. She was serving Fey wine to a bunch of patrons that was magically enchanted to make them stay and eat forever in this bar, and was essentially killing them by age. And she didn't see anything wrong with it because she's just feeding her plants because the plants needed food, which was people. And
Wow.
she was just like, yeah, just stay, eat till you die, and it's a happy time. She's like, they're happy. And my character was like, no, I'm not standing for this. So I went around slapping everyone out of it and getting them to wake up, and had a fight with the dryad who was well above my level. But she ran away still. It was just funny because like the rest of the party was like, what's going on here? And then I just go berserk. I'm just like, no, you're killing people. I just go after the dryad, and they're like, I guess we're fighting the dryad. Holy cow. What is he doing? So that was a fun one last night. Playing my little kobold swashbuckler. So he's a little draggingling pirate. So I get to do a pirate voice all night, and I love it.
Yar. 'Tis booty.
I ended up
Yar.
I ended up sounding
Yar again.
more Irish at the end of the night because I was like mixing up my accent a bit, and I was like, I really got to work on this. I really got. because I was trying to yell in pirate because I was angry. Like it was a tough one. So yeah, I got a lot of gaming to do, but hopefully I have the time because work has also been piling and piling. We've have like 6 active projects right now. When sometimes we're like 2 or 1. So yeah. So but all the way back to that, yeah, I've been playing Asterigos mostly, and that's been fun. I don't know how far into it I am. I thought I was pretty far into it for a while, and then I saw a trailer and I was like, I've not seen more than 75% of what's in this trailer. Like, I recognize like 2 things. So, but I don't know. Part of it is that it's got this level up tree that's like you put points into talents and stuff, and I've already filled out the talent tree that I want to do, and I don't really want to put them in other weapons because what they are is the talent tree is for weapons, and I'm like, I only use the spear, and I don't plan on using anything else, so I guess I'm near the end of the game if I have enough points, right? And then because that's sometimes when you have those RPGs, it's like, oh, when you're getting to the end of a tree, you're pretty much at the end of the game, balance wise. Nope, I'm not even. I'm just like, what do I do with all these extra points? I guess I invest a weapon I don't use. So.
Or you could just save them, and then you may have a use for them later.
That's what I'm thinking. Is I'd save them because you're gonna find out you got some enemy or a boss you're gonna have to fight that the spear isn't gonna be helpful for.
I also have like quite a few of items that reset your talent points. So.
Oh.
Like,
well, that's always great to have.
So I've not really been worried about doing. I've never reset it because I only want to do the spear because the spear is the weapon that can counter. So like, I just press the button. Like some of them have a block or an attack that's on like their special action. The spear has a counter, so I just counter everything. Even like the big bosses, they're like giant swing, and I'm like counter, hit, for super damage. Yay, I win. I'm also playing it on the hardest difficulty too. Like, it's fun. I enjoy it. I had a stint I was playing games on easy mode because I was tired of dying all the time, but I'm past that. I went hard mode. So, well, I don't think we have much else to say tonight. Just rambling about games at this point, which is normal. But so next week, I think we'll do another Halloween themed one, especially it's just before. And Morg, I will go to Tractor Supply and I will acquire flannel and suspenders. I'm pretty sure I can do this in a week. Do up my hair. That weird slick over thing he does.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
My hair is about his length in the movie too, and my beard. Like it just happened to be in the right way.
You just got to get a trucker hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can.
Oh, one that says "Giver." Yeah, Giver.
Dude,
that's gonna be great.
Right here. Got one right here. Although it says.
Damn it! I'm gonna have to get like a polo shirt.
Although it's a handover from my late grandfather. It just says "World's Best Grandpa." So, I mean, I've got.
Oh, you got to get coveralls, I think. Yeah, you got to get the coveralls, and then I got to get the suspenders.
And well, actually, the hat doesn't. I thought Tucker wore the hats more often than Dale. I didn't see a lot of. Well, I don't know. I
see them both with both of them wearing hats.
You know what? I can just rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
I own 2 different DVD versions. No, 2 different Blu-ray versions because I have a Steelbook version, and then I also own it on Vudu. So yeah, I'll just rewatch it. I suggest everyone rewatch Tucker and Dale. It's amazing.
Yep. Yep, definitely going to be doing that. I got to watch that movie again just to get caught up.
My mother famously doesn't like gore, but she admits that it's funny at least. We had a because we have part of our project is sitting on the kitchen table, so we couldn't do our game night Monday, and we're got a bunch of PLC stuff on the kitchen table, so we decided to watch a movie instead, and we ended up watching Beetlejuice, actually, but I originally suggested Tucker and Dale, and Mom was not into it. I was like, stupid college kids. Oh boy. So I think we'll. Anything else to say, Sasha? You good?
No, I'm good.
All right, Morg.
I'm just glad that I'm able to still play Monster Hunter half decent, even though I barely touch the game anymore. Oh,
One of
also
these
really excited
days.
for my birthday coming up on the 30th.
Yeah,
Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
it's a packed
Not
month
really,
for
but I'm
birthdays. Now we have.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have. We talked about at the beginning a bunch of people with their kids born almost just a week ago. Like it wasn't even. It was like Monday. I think it's all went down like Monday or Tuesday. It was pretty recently. So.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
We got a new love seat. Well, it's technically not new. I mean, it's from my girlfriend's late grandpa, so
new to you.
Great inheritance,
Yeah.
There's that, and ooh, also another thing. I'm gonna have to show you guys.
Yeah. He's very excited about his new place. It's nice looking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that TV. He was talking about this last week. That's an 80-inch TV that was just left there. He just inherited.
I found these at a gallery. Ooh.
Aurora.
But that's only one. And then a beautiful Saskatchewan sunset. Ooh.
Okay.
And
was that the Aurora Borealis on the first one?
The Devil's Punch Bowl. And these are all by Jason Leo Bantle, a really good photographer who does not use any filters, no monkeying around with any of his pictures. Those are in the raw. And two of them are limited edition.
So
it could be worth lots of money in the future. In
preparation for my house at some point, I have favorited a lot of disc plates. Like that's gonna be my way of decorating is disc plates when I have the money. Like I can't help it. Those look so
well, I mean, putting plates on the wall, like decorative plates, is a cool idea. I mean, I don't know why, but I like the grandma aesthetic to a house. I like soft pink. I like to have floral furniture, literally.
Yeah. So more.
I know that was a great shot, wasn't it?
When I was when I was saying disc plate, I meant metal posters, right? It's a brand.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, I thought you were actually talking about like putting dishware.
No.
On your wall.
They're like
no, that's totally a thing, by the way.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Metal posters of like I have like a bunch of Monster Hunter ones. I've got some Doom ones. Favorited. I don't have a lot of. I have one Diablo one, but I don't really. It's kind of weird to put up Diablo artwork in your house because it just looks like demonic energy. Just put a demonic effigy on my wall. That's sure. Yeah, that'll go well with my very religious family.
100%.
Yeah. Yep. So, but cool, exciting thing about like even though kind of nervous about the court stuff, it is the final say. So, and I'm under the impression it is going my way. So I will once again try to go for the house stuff here soon again. So. Yay.
Pretty sure that everything is going to work out just fine.
And then also student loan debt coming off because we finally got that application. I don't know if you were dealing with that, Sasha.
Yes. I did my application before the courts have put things on hold.
Me too.
Yes.
Yep. So that'll decrease my debt to income ratio, even though I wasn't paying for it at the time, because everything's on hold still.
Yay!
Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for listening to our costumes and rambling about games as usual. If you guys want to follow us, it's at HunterSubPod on Twitter, also here on Twitch, and we'll be back next week with some more Halloween goodness. I don't know what we're going to talk about specifically for Halloween, but Morgan and I are going to be dressed up, it seems. So
Yes.
I like the idea on the fly I had there. I think we could do it, Tucker and Dale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you have a dog that would work well for Jaggers? Like I don't. I could just call Blinky Jaggers. Like I could just say. But
yeah, you could definitely do that. We're not allowed to have pets in the house because we're
Sure.
renting. So
Draw a picture.
Draw a picture. Okay.
Yeah. Be
Okay.
with us in spirit.
Just have a
Yes.
picture. I could do that to set it up on the stream where there just is a picture of Jaggers just like in the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I could. Yeah. I'll find a picture. I think we can do that. All right.
Oh my God, yes, we need to do that.
So thanks everyone for listening and watching, and we'll catch you next week.
Take
Bye.
care.
Boy, if I could just find